Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, welcome, welcome, welcome. Frida, I did see your email. I'm gonna respond probably in a couple of hours. It was confusing. I just need to kind of read through it again, and I just got jumbled up doing something. All right, welcome everyone. Get in. How is everyone? I hope everyone's doing amazing. So super cool. A couple of things. So actually in the email this morning, yeah, of course, Frida. In the email this morning, you would have seen a really big pop in the last 7 days worth of purchases, but you would not see that same pop in the average plan. And that's because we will go ahead and when someone reaches out to us and asks to negotiate like a block order, um, we're always, we're always willing to say yes to everyone. It's got to make sense, of course. But in doing so, in the last 2 days, and I didn't report it the day before, I just reported it total yesterday because that's when it hit. We had one rhino purchase $4,000 worth and one rhino purchase $5,000 worth. So you'll see the purchases over the last 7 days, you'll see an increase of like 9,100 or something. 9,000 of that is a one-time purchase, which is why you'll see the numbers for the average plan amount not really jump. So we want to make sure everything makes sense. And what I mean by that is when you take a look at the average plan amount, you see what the average plan amount is, and that will stay, that will stay consistent regardless of how many one-time purchases there are. But the one-time purchases we think do matter, and we do want to share it with everyone. So that's that. What kind of stinks about it is one of the purchases was someone that was a $500 plan. So what they did was they canceled the $500 plan. I think they moved to like 25, something like that, and instead purchased 5,000 worth. So effectively they pulled forward 10 weeks of purchases, which is cool, right? Like I'm not against it. But anyone that knows me knows the number I follow the most is, well, the members, but the average weekly amount. That's the number that I want to be at 100,000, 200,000. So even though, well, Anthony, you got paid up front, that's a good thing. Yeah, but I just like seeing that number raise. So that's kind of cool. What else do we have today? So the member is now down to 346, which actually bothers me a little bit. And it's not because people are leaving as much as it is our Stripe system. If you miss a payment 3 times in a row, and it could be something as silly as like you have an expired card or insufficient funds or something, right? But if you miss a payment 3 times in a row, your account then becomes inactive, which essentially takes off the member number. So it looks like a cancellation. So if we have 10 members and one has missed 3 payments in a row, we now have 9. And in any type of honest reporting, I'll write 10 or, 9 members, comma, -1 since yesterday. But the thing is, did we really lose a member to cancellation? Did they say, hey, listen, I don't like anything you're doing? No, they just didn't know their card was expired or didn't know they didn't have funds in that card or something like that. So when I see the numbers coming down due to stuff like that, again, there's only so much time in a day, but today I am making the time to reach out to each individual who has had their plan inactive due to that reason. And again, if they don't want to be with us, God bless, no one's making them. But I do think, and more times than not, I'll get emails, especially from V, saying, hey, does so-and-so have a plan? They haven't seen anything come out of their account in the last 3 weeks. I'll look it up and it says, no, their plan's inactive because they had an expired card. So V actually asked me, hey, can we be proactive about this? Is there a list you can send over to me? And I said yes. And in which case V's totally, totally cool to do that. But I kind of also want to do it as well. So I made a little time and I'm going to do it today. Because if there is a secondary reason or a third reason where someone's like, yeah, my card expired, but I knew that, but I didn't get back in because ABC, I'm uniquely qualified to reconcile that immediately. So I do want to see those numbers move. Our warp speed is going well, right? In an honest world, which welcome to RHINO. I'm a little bit underwhelmed, but it's not, it has nothing to do with anyone else. It has to do with me. I'm not that good at marketing to do all these different lander pages and sales pages. I'm just not very good at it. That being said, we have over 2,900 visitors sent to the site since Thursday, but only 4 purchases, only like 80 opt-ins. Like that's really super, super underwhelming. That being said, one of our rhinos, and I haven't actually got a chance to post in our RVP chat yet because I was, and then it became 10 o'clock out of nowhere. Put together a really great lander. Like so simple, beautiful, perfect. So I really, really want to go ahead and duplicate that, and I think it would work. I really do. So I'm more impassioned about it. I'm more optimistic about it because here's the thing: when you're talking about marketing funnels and stuff like that, it doesn't work until it does, and then when it does, boom. It's not something where, okay, I finally got it working today, so now I could start at 1 and start at 2 and start at 3. Yeah, of course, chronologically that makes sense. But when you get it working and you have, say, 3,000 people going to it, the conversion rate goes from, say, 1% to 10%. Now, 1% of 3,000 is 3. 10% of 3,000 is 300. So if you can increase the conversion percentage from something that is so underwhelmingly low because Anthony made it to something that we've improved day after day after day, then all of a sudden you multiply that number by the number of visitors. It's not that okay, 1% to 10%, all right, cool, we earned 9. No, you then multiply that against how many people are coming, and that's where that number gets exponential. So although underwhelmed with the results, I fully, like, it's a me thing. Because again, we have 3,000 visitors to the page. I did not send any of them. Our team is doing exactly what they're supposed to do. I'm the one failing them, but again, not purposely. And anyone that knows me knows I will get it right. And I think they know that too. So we're working on that today. Because I really do want to get those numbers up. Like I really would like to have 1,000 members by Christmas, and that's only 11 days away, which is starting to look a little more difficult, but we'll see what happens, right? Also, Rhino Christmas. I love the idea. I shared it yesterday, and I got a lot of good feedback on it. And we are going to go through with it. So Friday, we will have a sign-up form that will be live Friday for the next 7 days. That will allow any member of Rhino to send 20 Rhino to anyone. And we're going to fund that 20 Rhino. So what you would do is, hey, my name is Bruce H. I would like to send this gift to Angela P. And of course, I'm not using their last names because maybe Bruce H. doesn't want everyone to know his last name. Angela, well, I guess I could use, because I just made up that name, Angela Paloma, and then fill in, hey, Angela, I've been with Rhino for quite some time. This is as good as cash. If you want to redeem it, fine, but I think you should keep it. Merry Christmas. In which case, we'll then send an email to Angela Christmas Eve morning. Hey, Angela, Bruce H. wanted to send you a gift. He says, and I quote, exactly what I just said. Please go ahead and send us your wallet address. If you do not have one, here's next steps. We'd like to send you 20 Rhino, market value $50. Merry Christmas, right? And of course, we'll get that copy down. And if I sound a little slow, my nose is stuffy. So I'm not getting enough oxygen to my brain to speak coherently, if that even makes sense, but it's like really bothering me. Why do you not have a funnel connected to your webinar fuel that will follow everyone that gets clicked? I'm afraid a great idea. So a lot of the funnel stuff is just above my head, right? Like I'm going to connect this funnel to this webinar thing and bop, 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 bop. And I do think conceivably that would probably be the best idea. Let's get a funnel, and when you opt in, you go to the webinar, and you'll go ahead and participate from there. But again, what are we asking people to opt into? We just ask them to opt into Rhino Street to become a free listing. So I'm not sure there really needs to be a webinar for that. And then the next page is the 1 minute on Rhino Bucks, which, although I still think just by matter of definition, hey, something that's a month old, you should update. But the Rhino Bucks 1 minute video. I watched it the other day. It still makes sense to me. Like it still works. Like I listen to it and I'm like, oh, well, that makes sense. That's a 1 minute, really, really brief. And I think it's good. So that being said, we probably will update it just because again, it's a month old. So let's, and we have a lot of proof now. We have a coin that's gone up every day for 2 months. That did not exist when so I guess it's 2 months old. That did not exist when we went ahead and released that 1 minute video. And like anything else, I think if you can show, hey, it's worked pretty well, most people will say, okay, cool. I've seen it work. Now I want to get into it. Also, I want to go ahead and reach out to not only the canceled plans, but we have, I think, like almost 90 members that don't have plans. Now, of course, some of them are, I put the email in wrong or whatever, but I really do think about half of them are people that signed up wanting to be a part of it that just did not have a plan. So I do want to email them as well. And also abandoned cart. And what I mean by that is in our Kartra, which is the other platform, when someone goes ahead and clicks to join Rhino Bucks and then they don't do it, that information is captured. Hey, Mary Jane filled out her name, but then changed her mind midway, and that's called abandoned cart. So I'd like to email those people as well. So today's plan for me is to finalize the landers, working with RVP to do so. As per our team in Rhino, the search is the ChatGPT should be ready for testing today, which is like so super cool. Our search engine's actually going to be stronger than Google. So that's going. V is, just talking to everyone. Our dev side is doing well. I think with the Kartra affiliate stuff, there's some integration still to be had there. So that's going. I believe tomorrow, the automations will be all caught up. Now, again, they've been live for a week, but they haven't sent anything out because they needed a week to refresh the billing cycle, because again, it's weekly membership. So that should be done by tomorrow, in which case we'll do a bulk send tomorrow morning just to catch everyone up, and then it should be real time from there. I think that's it. So, check for the numbers tomorrow. I'm really going to work on the members. Every day the email says I have 100 Rhino bucks. Why doesn't it go up each week with my auto purchases and none is showing up my wallet? Why not? Okay, cool. Well, to host and panelists. So anyone knows, I read them out loud. So Jackie, your email showing the 100 Rhino bucks is your investor balance or your reward balance, right? It could be either or. Those balances are different tiered. So there's 3 tiers. There's your weekly amount, which goes to your wallet immediately. There's your investor balance, which has been previous to our launch, various investors that purchase coin. That is their balance that will be released by springtime. And then there's the reward balance, those such as yourself that signed up and we went ahead and rewarded you with the balance that will be released by fall. That's the order of that. As it pertains to your weekly purchases, that should be going directly to your wallet. The question is, do we have your wallet address? If we do not, then unfortunately we haven't been able to send it because we don't know your wallet address. If we do have your wallet address and it hasn't been sent, we'll correct that right away. So when I get off this, I'm gonna go check and see if we have your wallet address. If we do, great. We'll find out what hasn't been sent and send it immediately. If we don't, I'm gonna reach out to you for it. Either way, I'm gonna email you. So you know what? Let me get off this. I'll email you right away after I take a quick look. And of course, let's get it reconciled for you. Other than that, everyone, absolutely love you. Check out the numbers tomorrow. I am going to put a focus on members. And of course, I'm sticking my neck out there because if it doesn't go up, well, it's like, you spent all day doing it and no results. But that's always Rhino. Like, I'm going to tell you what we do. And if it didn't work, it didn't work. There's no reason to hide behind that. You just do better next time. All right. So I love y'all. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.